Hi, welcome to the channel and welcome to my VW Transporter T5, aka the Red Dwarf. I'll hold my hands up, a name's not actually been finalised for it yet, but the Red Dwarf's rolling very nicely off the tongue. If you're not a regular to the series, let me explain. After 4 years of waiting, finally 6 to 8 weeks ago, I purchased this, a new van, panel van, and not just a mid-range van, one of the most iconic vans out there, a VW, and I'm hoping to turn it into a camper over the next few months or year. And I will admit, when I bought it 6 to 8 weeks ago, it was a completely joyous, amazing time, and I enjoyed taking it out on a couple of little mini trips and clocking 500 miles up on the engine. That joy has been very short-lived though, and let me explain a little bit, because after a couple of weeks of having it, I wanted to get a service done on it and started tinkering around, seeing what I could do myself. Took off the under tray and realised or saw that there was a massive amount of oil and gunk under there. First prognosis was that it was the CV boots. This morning I've had it up on a ramp down at a garage and it's definitely not the CV boots. We actually had it up on the ramps to drop a couple of litres of oil out the engine because it was well over the max level. It now sits at the right level, but as we had it up on the ramp, we were able to look a little bit more at what the problem was. And basically down the back of the engine, this side, there was a drip of oil. And new mechanics out there are going to know straight away that that's where the turbo sits. So that's what the problem is. It's either the turbo that's gone, or it's the inlet or outlet pipe that could be loose or could be corroded. The problem with this is now for me though, firstly I wanted to start fitting it out as a camper, and instead we're going to be fixing mechanics. But also I have a great mechanic that I use all the time, and unfortunately he's not going to be able to do this job simply because he can't get it high enough up on his ramp to do a proper job and access what he needs to access. So over the next few days I'm hoping to find a good mechanic that I may be using a few times with this van that I can trust and is not going to charge me the earth to do jobs on it. But that all sounds a bit negative and not a good start for my video. So to bring the funk and the fun times, not only have I got the gang with me, oh yeah you do, Old Man Jones and Sidekick Bob. I'll put it on the screen because everyone thinks it's Sidekick. Get out of there, dude! But they're here to help me do a fun job. Finally, I figured, because we can't drive it round, let's do something to it. And these are the people that would definitely be able to help. To get the headboard out.
If you're up.
It is called the headboard, isn't it?
I don't know.
No, it's the, I don't know what it's called.
Bulkhead. It's the bulkhead. It's the bulkhead.
Not the headboard, the bulkhead.
The headboard's what you bang on your bed when you're banging. That's the one.
That's
No, it's the bulkhead.
Bulkhead.
You do. And not only that, there is something else in the back of this van that I'm also going to be doing something with today. And no, it's not the soil in the back, it's actually for the van, but that's a secret for later. For now, let's see if we can get the headboard off. Now, from what I've heard and seen on the Tinterweb, some of these are actually welded around certain areas around here, but having had a couple of people look at it, we're under the assumption that it's not, and this is just going to unscrew straight off. So fingers crossed, because as we stand, this is the only tool I've got to do the job. Well, all the bolts are off. It doesn't seem to want to come off. I think I might have missed something. Give me a minute. One YouTube video later. Wow, I may have just broke the first one, but we're in a marathon. Let's keep running. Oh, you can't really see where the clips are. I guess I could have forgot a light. It's all the way through. Come on. Oh, jeez. Wowzer. That's not a nice sound. It's not a nice sound. Or even a nice sound. This has got to go back up in a minute. 2 more to go and we can inspect the damage. Honestly, it's giving me bad vibes, like I've just skewered somebody or something. I don't want to force it. Oh, that's not a good feeling. No. Double barreled, let's go. It's there somewhere. Ah, it's there. Oh my God. Oh, it's like pulling teeth or something. Last one for the gold medal. Let's go. Oh my God. Oh my God. How many bits of broken plastic have I left in here? Oh, not many. Mate, who needs a trimming tool? Butter knife, does everything. Even changes tyres. I'm gonna have to get a kit. For now though, from what I've heard, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 torque screws that got to come out. And we should be able to get this off the back. Nightmare. I can't quite get in for this one. I'm not sure the screws are right fit. It's a hex. I really don't want to round one of these screws off. We've got 4. Come on. Oh, I should point out, as we're about to pull this off, Sidekick Bob and Old Man Jones deserted me and I'm left with the mini-me's. A and B. Oh no, A and B. That one was first.
Yeah! How did you get that wrong?
How did I get that wrong? Oh, it's been a long day. It's been a long week. Right, it's gonna, right, look, this whole top piece, and it should just pull off. Oh, no, of course it won't.
It feels stuck over here.
It should just pull off.
Well, I'm scared of it falling on me.
I have a bit of a problem. It's not just pulling off. It should just come off. The video I watched, you just pulled it off. You did what I did, and now it comes off.
There is no butter knife.
I don't know if I've missed a screw. Let me double check. Yeah, that got it. Seems like it's caught on this side. Well, she might be broken and she might be in need of repair, which hopefully at some point pretty soon is going to get done. But it ain't going to stop me having a bit of Vanlife fun with it. Let's go. Oh! I said let's go! Jesus Christ. Yeah! Oh, mate, yeah, on a serious level. Look at the light. Oh, wow. Instant light in effect. Happy days. Right, now for the bottom bit. Oh, hang on, I need this shot. Excitement waits for no woman or man, apparently, because off comes the bottom bulkhead. Oh, wow. Actually, it looks pretty dang dirty behind there, but it's off. The first step of becoming a camper van. Oh yes, happy days. Bit of a gap, but it'll do. Wow, I cannot explain how good it feels to have just taken the bulkhead out on that van. I've waited years to get a van and dreamt for years of having a camper, and finally the first stage is in effect. We do have mechanical issues, but more about that in a minute. For now, because we're on a good vibe note, I think we should continue that way for at least a few more minutes. And I'm thinking it might be time for a little bit of bling. Wow, I've got to say, those wheels look absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get them on the van. I've got a place over the other side of the city. Let's take a drive over there and see if we can get them fitted. And fingers crossed, it's not like all the other mechanics are trying to do. It's only wheels. It'll be all right. Honestly, every time you try and do something with this van, it's a struggle. Apparently I haven't got the right wheel bolts. I've got to go and see if I can find some, and maybe they can fit them today or maybe tomorrow. What a ruddy nightmare. Apparently the bolts I've got don't quite sit right in those alloys, so there should be a place about 5-minute drive away. I have to be honest though, I don't want to be driving this van much. As I pulled up in that garage, I've seen the most oil drip from this van that I've ever seen. Not a massive amount, but about 10 big splotches on the left hand side, I'm assuming, from where the turbo is. Oh, window, it's too hot. Well, back at the homestay then, and needless to say, they didn't have the bolts I wanted. Basically, I'm going to have to order them on the internet. It's just the taper on the bolts that I've got don't quite sit right on the alloys. But now I'm back, let's investigate underneath the van. So a few weeks ago, I decided that I wanted to try and do a service on the van after driving it for 500 miles. And the first thing to do really is to take the under tray off and have a look underneath. And when I took my under tray off, this is the sight that greeted me. And it's still pretty damn fresh. An absolute state of oil. Which, I'm going to be perfectly honest now, after driving only 500 miles in a van that I've just paid £5,500 for, that is the last thing I ever wanted to see. Now looking under here, having a very untrained eye, is very difficult to see what's going on and where or if there may be a problem. There's gunk and crap all over here. The brake lines are baked in it, so they're probably corroded, and that's why they're covered in grease. And then over on the right hand side, there seems to be drips and patches and such. All this is bent out. There's parts of rust and stuff. And I'll be perfectly honest, I feel like I've bought a van that I probably shouldn't have. And then there's the oil leak. Now this is a weird one. There's a couple of spots of oil there, and since I've had this van, even though I've seen all that mess, there hasn't been particularly many oil drips or drops on my driveway when I've been driving it and then parked it up. The odd one, but it makes me feel like there's so much gunk and crap around there that the engine's heating up, and maybe there's some old gunk and grease that's dripping off because of that. Although now it does actually look like the sump's dripping. Like I said, we had a couple of litres of oil out here the other day, and I think the O-ring behind that nut has just perished. So that's nothing major. That's a 10-minute and a £5 fix, but it has left a few spots of oil down here. The other worry with this is the amount of oil. Like I mentioned, we dropped a couple of litres out of it because it was well over the max mark. It got sat to the max mark, and before I drove off to check these wheels or get these wheels fitted, I checked the level and it was back over the max mark. It may have just been a bad reading from me, but from looking on Google, that does not sound good. It sounds like there might be some other liquids getting into the engine, which could be one of a million things. And really, that's the problem. I just don't know. I need somebody to take a look at this van that really does know. And I finally managed to get it booked in, although not for another 5 weeks. The good news with it, however, is they're a proper VW transporter garage unit. That's what they work on, and that's what they know. And having spoken to them on the phone, they sound really knowledgeable and a real good bunch of guys, so I'll be happy to take it to them. So I'm going to be perfectly honest now and really frank. This is not the start to van life, obviously, I'd wanted. So, I think we can all agree this is not the position we wanted to be in here and now on the channel with the camper or the panel van. We should be in a position now where we wanted to be ripping it apart and learning how to kit it out as a camper. But I guess sometimes in life reality bites. And I should say, I apologise for this video being a lot of talking. I think it just constitutes being one of those videos. And to talk a little bit more, I'm hoping that all this with this engine is my paranoia, and in a few weeks time we can have a great laugh about it and call me the biggest twat on the internet. Hopefully it'll get a bit of traction and we'll get a few more subs, because basically it just looks an absolute 2 and 8 state under there at the minute. On the flip side, there may actually be something wrong with it. The idling's not great, the oil levels very tetchy, and I feel there is something that needs looking at. But let me just be a little bit real for a minute, because I wasn't going to put this video up today due to not having sort of a finalisation what's going on with the van and all that and all this, and a few things that have been going on in the background have accumulated to me being a little bit down at the minute. I've not been able to sleep well, and there's been a lot of stress going on, and I haven't been able to organise things the way I'd normally like to organise things. I could have, and I probably should have done a lot of things when I went to buy this van, and maybe I wouldn't have bought it, and maybe I've got scammed, or maybe I didn't. Maybe we'll find out in the next few weeks. But however that is, it changes nothing. We are where we are, and we've got to deal with it, and hopefully it can be dealt with in a not too difficult way, and in an X amount of time in the future we'll be oh so more overjoyed sitting in the back of this camper somewhere amazing, enjoying the van life. But it could be a bit more of a while than I'd wanted. But I think my next angle of attack on it, while I wait for it to be looked at properly, is to get that sump plug fixed, maybe drop another litre of oil and see how that one goes over a few days, and maybe take it down to somewhere in the city that I can get it steam cleaned, and then at least if it is dripping I can see where the bugger's coming from. But for now, I really hope you enjoyed taking a look at what's going on with the Red Dwarf. I'm gonna have to leave something in the comments. There's been top 5 names and I think we should have a final vote on it, but like I said, the Red Dwarf, it just rolls off the tongue. But whatever you're getting up to, weekend's coming and it could be a blazer. Get your plans ready and get out there and take it easy. Enjoy the camp. Wish Man U the best for tonight and stay stealthy. All right.